Hello everyone. In this short video, I am going to talk about the quotes. Yes, textual quotes, which is often seen as a problem by the ISC students. You see, it is always advisable that you should give textual quotes in your answers and especially long answers. If you don't give them in 5 marks, it doesn't make much difference because your 5 marks answer are supposed to be very much to the point, and you need to cover all relevant points in that answer. So even if you don't give quotes, it's not going to make any difference. But yes, for 10 marks answer, you need to give quotes. But let me tell you one more thing, children. See, we can always categorize students among those who are very bright, very good, those who are able to score more than 90. Then there are some average students also, and then some below average as well. For them, English as a language is really difficult, and they do not have that much of good expression. And at the same time, it is very difficult for those students to, they always say, like, learn quotes and put them in the answers. So children, please don't make it a question of your life and death. If you are able to do it easily, that's fine. If not, let me tell you, if the expression in your answer is good, you are giving all relevant points which are required, you are describing things in a beautiful way, you will definitely get marks, even if you don't give the quotes. See, quotes are useful to give a good impression on the examiner. And if you give quotes, then it becomes easier for you to score much better and higher, right? But at the same time, there are no specific marks which have been given for quotes. It's not that if you give quotes only then you'll get 2 marks or 1 mark or 3 mark. No, there is nothing like that. But yes, if you give them, then for example, if you are scoring 7 out of 10, the examiner would think, no, this child has given quotes also. It means the child has studied very thoroughly. And then he or she will definitely give you 1 or 2 extra marks for that. Number one. Another thing that I want to focus over here is that your quotes must be relevant. It's not that you have learned any line and you are putting it in any reference. No, your quotes must be relevant to the point. See, in my video where I have told you how to answer, especially where I have discussed important questions on the Tempest, in that video, I have elaborately discussed how to answer literature questions. And in that, I have also told you that the point PEE, first you give the point, then you evaluate, means you explain it in your own words, and another E is for evidence, and that evidence is actually the justification of your point which you are going to give through that quote. Now let me tell you some more tips in which you can give the quotes and in which you can learn them easily. The quotes, can be 1 or 2 lines, a paragraph, even a word and a phrase too. Please understand, whichever words you are using from the text that have been used by the poet or the writer or the playwright, that is a quote. If you are writing an answer on darkling thrush, right? And there you describe, you say that, the atmosphere has been depicted as spectre gray. Please understand, if you write this spectre gray, now this word or this phrase has been used by the poet in the text. Just put it into double inverted commas and this will be counted as a quote, right? So, but always remember, if you are giving a full line or 2 lines, as the quote, that has to be separated from the text. Let me tell you, for example, from the same poem, if you are talking about the hopefulness which the poet gets, after listening to the song of the thrush, and you write it like that I could think there trembled through his happy good night air, his happy good night air, some blessed hope whereof he knew, some blessed hope whereof he knew, and I was unaware. right? Now, for example, you are given this whole thing as a quote. You learn it, okay? You know it. And it is very much relevant to the point that you are giving, because the question is about hopefulness, right? So he is talking about some blessed hope here. So here, if you are giving it, so you have to write it separately, and you have to put it into double inverted commas. Like you are writing your, take it like this, that you are writing your answer here, the full text is there, then you write this quote, and then you begin with another point, like that. Do you understand? So this way you have to give, if you are writing the whole paragraph or 2 3 lines, okay, if you remember them. But for example, in the same question, you don't remember all these lines, but you just remember some blessed hope whereof he knew and I was unaware. It's fine. It's fine. Even if you give these 2 lines as the quote, okay? Rather, it is a single sentence, but these 2 lines, if you write as the quote, that is also fine. And let me tell you, for another example, for example, you are writing it in your own words. The poet suddenly realized that the bird knew some blessed hope. You just remember some blessed hope. You don't remember after that. Then, so if you are writing it like, the poet realized that the bird knew some blessed hope which he did not know about. Right. Now, some blessed hope has been used by the poet also, and you just put it in double inverted commas. This is also a kind of quote that you are giving. Right. Now, let me give you another tip about giving quotes on short stories. See, children are often worried that short stories where we have dialogues, where we have the description, how is it possible for us to learn everything? Of course, I understand it is not possible for you to learn or mug up things, but yes, 2 3 important character traits you can always learn. And you see, if you get anything, if you write anything and you don't remember the whole line, just use ellipses, just put 3 dots and write whatever you learn. After that, put 3 dots, put it in double inverted. It means ellipsis here means something is there before it, but I'm not referring it here, I'm not mentioning it here because it is not relevant. All right, so it is another trick, which you can give for writing quotes. And please understand, when you go through the text again and again, when you read it twice, thrice, or even 4 times, there are certain lines, there are certain words which you always remember, which are retained in your mind. All right, so please don't get nervous about the quotes, and focus more on gaining knowledge than learning the quotes. Quotes is not a problem for you now. I hope so. Thank you.